once that was done. This is an essential for our hybrid homeschool. Let me take you back a few days because our school supply shopping actually doesn't start here at the store. One way we try to be just a little less wasteful and save some money is by reusing our school supplies. You do not always have to buy brand new supplies, even if it's fun. Way back on the last day of school in May, when all those leftover school supplies were sent home, I took a moment right then and there to sort through what was still usable. I threw the trash away and kept what I knew we would need again for this year. We are here at Walmart though, and it is downpouring now. Let's go in! If you clicked on this video, I'm assuming that you also get deep joy, satisfaction, and excitement from back to school supply shopping. I always have, and I think I always will. I think it even deepened when my own kids started school, and I was like, oh, I get to buy school supplies again. Like I said, we started with what we already have. That is just the #1 way to save money, is at the end of the school year, hoard all the school supplies that are still usable. Don't throw them away, just hold on to them so you can keep them safe for when school starts again. But first, if you are new here, we do kind of a unique program here. It's a private school option in our area that is hybrid homeschool. So my son, who is in 3rd grade, this will be our 4th year to do this. He goes to school on campus 2 days a week, and then we homeschool the other 3 days of the week. A little bit different than full-time school because we're actually buying sometimes double the supplies, but we also get to share communal supplies around siblings, similar to like a homeschool family would do. From last year, what I saved and hoarded, we still had glue sticks left over, dry erase board marker. This is kind of, you know, it's approaching the end of its life from some holes, but it'll get us another year. Dry erase markers, a whole set still of colored pencils. These I feel like last a really long time, and my son likes these erasable ones. We've held on to these for kind of a long time. We still have a whole pack of crayons. The box is a little ragged, but it's good. A pair of scissors and our glue bottle. And I did check it to make sure that it's still good. I don't want to send school supplies that are like not going to work and be frustrating for him or his teachers. So that is what I saved from last year. I don't know, maybe I should total up and see like how much extra that would have cost us. Probably not a whole lot, but it does add up a little. And now on to the things that we bought new for this year. And at the end, I'll give you like our grand total of what we spent. But again, we're dividing it between things that will be sent to school with him and be used in the classroom there, and things that we maybe needed to repurchase for our homeschool supplies. So classic classroom things: paper towels, disinfecting wipes, and 1 box of Kleenex. Those are all just things that their teachers, their classrooms have sent from the list that we buy from. I guess I should say, even though it's a hybrid homeschool program, we do get the classic school supply list with like things that you need for school, things that you might need at home. And then after doing it for a few years, I kind of know more of what we need at home and what we maybe don't need at home. We needed a whole new pack of pencils to send to school. They require, I think, at least 24 pencils, and so we always get the Ticonderoga. They are the best. Please don't buy cheap pencils. It's frustrating for everyone, and these last so much longer. We have a new set of watercolor paints. I feel like the watercolors are something that have to be repurchased every year. They just don't seem to make it to the end of the school year. A new set of washable markers. Our school is very specific on getting the washable ones, which I completely understand. So washable markers. This was our first year to get just like plain notebook paper, as I'm sure they're doing more writing activities in the classroom in 3rd grade. 1 pack of that. And then these will be used for at home and school. They use sheet protectors and vinyl folders with the prongs. These do last a lot longer than the paper folders, so I understand why they request the vinyl specific ones. And then I've learned from years past, they have kind of a plain folder and you can't get like a character folder or, you know, all the fun ones. So this year I got a little sticker pack. I think this was really inexpensive. This was like $2, which is kind of cheap for stickers these days. Here, let me open it all the way. But I've learned that my son and my daughter, they both like to decorate their folder a little bit, you know, just kind of customize it, make it a little fun. So got a pack of those for them to share, and they can do that. And then my son required 2 folders That was something new. Previous years we've only had to have one. It kind of goes back and forth between home and school, good for communication. And then I got one for my youngest, who she's just doing homeschool, full-on homeschool preschool this year. She won't start kindergarten until next year. She did get a folder too though. She loves to be included. And then I don't know what has happened to our rulers. Actually, I do know what happened to one of them. I used one as a paint stir because I had already started my painting project in the laundry room and I needed a paint stir and didn't want to run out to the store to get one. So I just found something I had at home, which was a ruler. Thankfully, these are pretty inexpensive, but I got the plastic ones this time just to see if they work a little better. So one for home, one for school. And then at home, we're just restocking on glue sticks. These will actually get split up between school and home. These erasers and a glue bottle for home. All right, finally, let's do some things that weren't on the school supply list, but they are homeschool things that I just feel like we need every year and kind of make things a little more exciting and fun. Giant pack of construction paper, because we are always using this for projects or crafts or just anything. I love having endless supply of construction paper. I found this really neat calendar. I did our school supply shopping at Walmart this year, and they had this great calendar. It goes in his room. He is 8, so he's able to like keep track of time and know when something's coming up. And I love just how simple and plain this is. Again, he can like write on it, draw on it, do whatever he needs to. It goes all the way through the end of the school year, like into next summer. So he can keep this in his room and kind of know what's coming up. It's also helpful for hybrid homeschool to know, okay, today's a school day, tomorrow's a home day, because it does kind of get a little confusing sometimes, especially those years when they don't quite understand time yet. Kindergarten, I remember especially, it was just like, what am I doing today? What am I doing tomorrow? So I think this will be fun to keep track of his days with. We needed a new pencil sharpener. I have yet to upgrade to an electric pencil sharpener, which I know is a classic homeschool supply usually, but everyone I talk to says that they can't find a really good one. So I just keep buying the cheap manual ones until I get frustrated. Usually it's the colored pencils. I feel like these work really well for the Ticonderoga pencils, but colored pencils, which we don't use at home very often, but when we do, sharpening them is very frustrating. This was an impulse school supply buy, but I think it will come in handy because we do a lot of more like math races, multiplication races, and this came with a pack of a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute timer. And I've already put one of the timers in our bathroom to use for brushing our teeth. And I think they're just really fun, especially for kids. It's just fun to use a sand timer. I think it also might be helpful. Sometimes we do like, okay, work on this for 5 more minutes and then we'll move on. I think setting a timer this way is just more whimsical than a phone timer. This is an essential for our hybrid homeschool. So our school sends what's called a grid. It's just a file, a document that has everything they do at school, everything that needs to get done at home. And so it's a wordy, long document. And now that my son is old enough to read and to write, I like to take that grid that they give us and I put it in almost like a to-do list for him. So we use this notebook every day, what needs to get done, what subject, and what needs to get done from that subject. It's very inexpensive, it's easy to use. I love doing this method. This was also an impulse buy, but also a necessity because we have not found a good container for all of our supplies. Now, I'm not sure. The trickiest thing is like everything that you need and everything that fits. So I've seen these a lot and I'm always a little bit intrigued. I've tried other things for a few years and so I was ready to buy this. I like the colors that it came in. I don't know, it just came kind of fun. They are removable so you can just take off what you need. And I think it will be good for organizing our home supplies, especially as I have 2 kiddos that are now using it. Being able to put this on the table, put our supplies, our pencils, our crayons, our markers, scissors, everything in it, and then them be able to get the supplies very quickly and easily from the table. I think this will work well, hopefully. It was also only $10 or under $10, which was the right price for me to be able to pull the trigger on it. Now let's see the damage that was done. I added up our total for the year. We spent $71.60 on school supplies this year, which honestly, including the homeschool stuff, it doesn't feel that bad. I think if you took off some of the non-essentials, I would have hit around, $50, and that feels right on for one kiddo. The more kiddos you have, the more you have to buy their school supplies, but our home supplies, we just really have to buy communal supplies. Tell me what you guys are spending on school supplies this year. Are you someone that loves this time of year, or do you dread it because it does get a little expensive? I think I'm frugal at my heart, but I don't mind. It doesn't hurt as much to spend money on school supplies because it is just a lot of fun. And I'm excited for this school year. I'm excited for 3rd grade and for preschool. There will be more back to school videos to come, so follow along, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends.